It's Week 10 of the 2027 season, and we'll get a look at this team's bruising running back. He comes in fourth in the NFL in rushing touchdowns this year. Buckle up. There's football coming your way, and it comes
EA
your
Sports
way
coverage
next
of the National
EA
Football
Sports.
League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. 3rd and 9 here. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Walker now. There's a short one complete to Harris. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And now it's a bootleg with Walker. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
Having a nice season, number 8 in the league in receiving yards, and not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is caught.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll make it 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll set up to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
back to throw here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 10. To throw is Walker.
Now they go screen. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And working out of the gun here, Walker able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Walker.
Underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now Walker. That completes it once more to Anderson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Walker. He's got this one to Hutchinson.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Walker.
That's complete to Hutchinson.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Back to throw. Walker. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guy's now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you've got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Here's Walker, throwing to start the drive.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. but incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
He's got Anderson right side, and he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and they have regained the lead.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Up past the 30, second down coming up.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Walker now. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force an incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, He joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage this time either as they stop him behind the line once more. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off, didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to retake the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Walker getting the ball to Anderson here on the out route. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Back to throw. Walker.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. There's a short one complete to Harris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
40 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Oh, and that is incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And this one is right through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Fighting his way through contact.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Walker throwing to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Walker being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this one is incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Richards. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
That is caught.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
17 yards there on third down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he stopped immediately there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3rd down and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 5, 50 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Here comes 2nd down.
Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. but clearly there's some growing still to do.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off. But they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the home team here, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.